Morena. Ko te waru Sergi tōku ingoa, no ngā puhi nui tonu ahau, ara no te kao, te apauri, no Ruaoi, no Dāgavo, o Kumatua, o tōku whānau. I thought I'd give you a little bit of an introduction as to who I am first, and a little bit of a look into how tohu creations came to be. I grew up in the heart of Waipareira, always living in West Auckland, so around Avondale area, Kelston, Henderson. But in my younger years, I spent a lot of my time with the nannies at the marae, so Honi Waititi was an important part of, or pivotal part of my life when I was younger. It gave me opportunities to learn. Well, actually as a kid we don't really think of them as opportunities, but until we get older and realise just what it was that our cheeky nans were doing when we were younger by making you sit down and do this tuku. And I was like, what is a tuku? Come and do this. I'm going to show you how to do this. And you're like, oh, can I just go play? But then you start to understand as you get older why our nanny spent so much time sitting with us and trying to teach us how to do these things. We moved to Australia, or my son and I actually moved to Australia. When did we move? We moved 2004, 2005. And we've been here ever since. When we moved here, things changed, because Australia's a lot different to home. And we don't have access to the same sort of things. We don't have access to the same facilities. We don't have a marae here, which is okay, because we do have whānau around here that may take you a little while to get to know, but we don't have the same sort of services that they have at home available to us as Māori. So a few years ago we started tohu. We started this business as an intention to be able to teach my kids, more importantly my eldest child, to not just learn his mahi or this mahi, but also as a way to cope with his anxieties and his depression that he was going through at the time. So I sat him down one day and says, look, why don't we try this? As a young teenager at the time, he looked at me and rolled his eyes and went, I have no idea what you're talking about, Mum. And I says to him, just trust. I said, trust me, trust Eo. There's something more in it. So the point was to distract him from what he was going through and what was processing in his mind. And that was the creation of tohu. So since then, we've been working with not just our children, but anyone really that wants to come and learn what we've learned or what I was taught. And we'll sit with them and we'll go through it. We'll look at how to listen, because none of our designs and stuff are they're not, we don't have templates, we don't draw onto paper first or anything like that, so we don't plan anything out. We just base it on what comes at the time that we're working. And so this is what we do. So our whole, I guess, the point of tohu is to help encourage others to learn, so that they can teach as well, so that they can pass that down. They can find their own technique in doing things and then pass that on to their children. That's pretty much it. But that's how Tohu Creations came about. There are two sides to Tohu, which is Tohu Creations and Tohu Collective. Tohu Collective is our other side, is our other mahi, which is our tohunga mahi, where we work with our whānau that come in who need mahi done, or who need a miri done, or who need to have things looked at that they can't really explain. So we will look at what's going on at the time. Collective, because we are a collective o tohunga, and we do come together to mahi for eo. And that part of tohu is also learning, and also learning for our kids as well, because what we were taught as children is the same, the same as what we learn in our older age. The foundations of what we learn is important as tohunga as well. So teaching our kids the same things our grandparents taught us when we were younger becomes a vital part of our everyday operation as a family, as for us to be able to move forward as a family and to continue getting better, and to be more happy in ourselves, is foundational knowledge. It's learning that it's okay, that yes, we go through things, and all of that stuff, but another part to the business, or another part to tohu and who we are. Mō reira, that's who we are. That's how we came about. I will be creating some videos, so I'll start my first video, which is working with our hui, and then we'll do some other videos along the way. Kia ora.